Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm your host, Jeffrey, and subscribe to the channel for more sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. The ACC versus an independent. Notre Dame and North Carolina are kicking off at Saturday at 3:30, and this is a very, very intriguing game because Notre Dame normally would be a big favorite in this game, but Notre Dame has started out the season 1-2. Marcus Freeman is the head coach now at Notre Dame now that Brian Kelly has gone to LSU, and it was a bad start to his tenure at Notre Dame. They lost to Oklahoma State in the bowl game last year, and that was not bad, obviously, because Oklahoma State was good and Notre Dame had some opt-outs. But then they lost to Ohio State 21-10 at Ohio State. That wasn't a problem either because Ohio State is obviously a top 5 team and could maybe win it all this year and make the playoff, and who knows? We don't know. And then they lost to Marshall 26-21. And this game had Notre Dame fans in a panic, and for good reason, because Notre Dame should not be losing to Marshall. Marshall is a, below average, group of 5, and they lost on their own field, and that was not a good look for Marcus Freeman. They did turn around and beat California 24-17, thankfully for them, and now Notre Dame is 1-2. Drew Pine has to replace Tyler Buckner because Tyler Buckner is out for the season, and obviously Jack Cohen from last year. And he threw for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's a young quarterback, and he has a lot of room to grow, and I think he will improve as the season goes along for Notre Dame. They have 2 running backs, and Chris Tyree had 64 yards on the ground and a receiving touchdown against California, and running back Audric Esteen with 76 yards and a touchdown. He caught some passes too. Both these running backs are dynamic for Notre Dame because they can catch the ball out of the backfield and they can run the ball up the middle. That's a good look for Notre Dame because with their passing game struggling, they need all the help they can get with short dump-offs and running up the middle. Tight end Matthew Mayer, 10 yards and a touchdown against California. It kind of stinks for him because he's an elite tight end that will be in the NFL. But unfortunately for him, they're not getting the ball to him that much because of the fact that the throwing game for Notre Dame is not elite right now, and they got to improve, and Matthew Mayer is suffering for that, and their wide receivers aren't catching a lot of passes either. You got safety DJ Brown. He had 3 tackles on the defense, and defensive lineman Jacob Lacey had 3 tackles for Notre Dame. Notre Dame's defense is looking pretty good to start the season. They've only given up 26 points at the most to Marshall, but the offense has got to improve for Notre Dame if they're going to have a great season this year. On the North Carolina side, Mack Brown. They're 3-0 at North Carolina. Mack Brown, the former North Carolina head coach and Texas coach, is a fantastic coach, but at his second stint at North Carolina, now that he is around 70 years old, has not gone as well, and a lot of people are questioning how long Mack Brown is going to continue to coach. But they are 3-0 to start this season. They won at 56-24 against Florida A&M. In a game that Florida A&M had a lot of players out for eligibility issues, and North Carolina was struggling, but they did pull away late. Then they beat Appalachian State 63-61 on the road. And this game, a lot of people were like, why did they barely win? And there was a shootout, and North Carolina should have won by more. But then Appalachian State goes out there and beats Texas A&M. So, again, maybe not as bad of a win as it first looked for North Carolina, and a win is a win. But North Carolina did not play too well on defense in this game. They gave up way too many points, but the offense was clicking. And they beat Georgia State 35-28 on the road as well. A close win, and a lot of people are wondering why they played 2 road games against non-Power 5 competition, but that's just the way the schedule worked out. But Carolina is 3-0, and 3-0 is all that matters, but they were a shaky 3-0. Drake May at quarterback had to replace Sam Howell. He threw for 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception against Georgia State. He's going to look like he's going to be a great quarterback. He probably will be an NFL quarterback if he continues at his trajectory. He is a very young player, but he's already playing with a lot of confidence. Omarion Hampton at running back, 110 yards and 2 touchdowns, and running back DJ Jones, 61 yards and a touchdown for North Carolina, is a double-headed monster at tailback. They don't catch the ball out of the backfield as much as Notre Dame's backs, but they can run it up the middle. And on the wide receiver front, you've got Kobe Pazor, 73 yards and a touchdown. He's doing a lot to replace Josh Downs, who's out right now. And if Josh Downs comes back, that's going to make North Carolina's passing game even better than it already is because Josh Downs is fantastic, and he's going to be an NFL receiver. Tight end Kamari Morella, 71 yards and a touchdown, so a lot of yards to the air. North Carolina gets the ball, and they distribute it all over to the receivers and tight ends. They get the ball out as much as they can through the air. And on the defensive side of the ball, linebacker Cedric Gray, 11 tackles, and defensive back Storm Duck, 6 tackles for North Carolina. Now, the weakness for North Carolina is defense here. We know this. Their defense is not playing very, very well at all, and their offense is elite. Notre Dame, their defense is probably close to elite, and their offense is struggling. So it is a battle between opposites here. Again, if Notre Dame's offense can exploit North Carolina's poor defense, then Notre Dame can win this game. And if North Carolina's offense can score over Notre Dame's tough defense, and they're going to win this game. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But it is at North Carolina, and the way Notre Dame has been struggling, I do think North Carolina is going to eke out a win here, and they're going to win 35-31. I think Notre Dame's going to put up more points in this game because North Carolina's defense is so bad, but I think North Carolina's offense is going to score more points than Notre Dame. I know North Carolina's let down a lot of people in the past, but I think they are going to get it done and win 35-31. Subscribe to the channel for more sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below what you think about this Notre Dame and North Carolina game and who you think is going to win and why. And I will see you next time.